And now, your First Alert 5 weather.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we get to that summertime sizzle here in southern Colorado and some monsoon showers today as well, let's talk about sunset times. Days continue to get shorter as we head closer and closer to the autumnal equinox. That's right, start of fall, believe it or not, only 38 days away. So by mid-September, we'll see sunsets just north of 7 o'clock. By mid-October, sunset times around 6:20. And then after daylight saving time ends November 5th, by mid-November, sunset's already down south of 5 p.m. Here's a viewer photo from Nick Andrus taken out in Fremont County. This is in the southern end of the county across the Wet Mountain Valley. You can see some storm clouds that were brewing just a few days ago. He sent that photo into us back on Monday. And this one, a patriotic sunrise from yesterday morning. Photo sent in by News 5 viewer Carol Gephardt. Let's talk about today's storm potential. So not only dealing with the heat, but dealing with a very active monsoon pattern in the Four Corners region. I'll show you that futurecast here in just a second. So the heaviest rain today, much like yesterday and the day before, it's going to favor the mountain areas, especially the San Juans and La Garritas. But today we get a disturbance that moves towards I-25 with a small shower chance. Here's the deal, though. For us, east of the mountains, main threat is going to be strong gusts around 40 to 60 miles per hour. And that is because this monsoon moisture is in the mid and upper levels. Down at the surface, very dry air. So typically that energy, as it moves into the lower layers of the atmosphere, it'll evaporate, but you still get the strong wind and not as much water. So we don't like to see those days, not necessarily, especially when we are talking about a dry and hotter period that could lead to some localized high fire danger. Notice on Futurecast, anytime after about 3, 4 o'clock, start to see some of those spotty storms again towards the interstate. Out west, that's where we get the potential for some of that heavier rain. Looks like most of the activity should come to an end shortly after sunset tonight. Now let's switch back to the heat. Big dome of high pressure responsible for days upon days of record heat in the northwest is making a move towards Colorado. It'll cross over the state over the next 24 to 36 hours, eventually settling into the high plains. And this pattern really conducive to some hot, dry conditions during the long haul. If we do get that monsoon, it's going to continue to stay primarily out across the western half of the state. You'll see that here noted pretty directly. You can see precip chances not really above 20 to 30% over the next 5 days. I think our next best chance in the Springs, maybe Friday afternoon, possibly a few spotty storms heading into Saturday. All right, highs today, they will be sizzling hot. A real Colorado scorcher, triple digits in the southeast plains, 90s for the Springs and Canyon City. And you can see on that super 7-day forecast about 5 degrees cooler Thursday. And then on Friday, that's when temperatures start to rebound again as that high pressure system moves overhead. And it'll be hot, but not quite record setting hot for that day. The record is 95 set back 2002. And then throughout the rest of the 7-day period, not a whole lot of change to the forecast. For Pueblo, triple digits on Wednesday and Friday. Our best chance of a storm today, maybe a weak chance Friday, upper 90s continuing through the weekend. Canyon City, I've got 90s all the way through the weekend and into early next week. And for Woodland Park, we've got temperatures here in the 80s through the weekend with a few scattered thunderstorms today and again Friday and Saturday. Stay tuned, one more coming up after the break.